All right, let's check the brakes. Is running around behind us. Fuel truck. Tiny fuel truck. All right, brakes are good. We're ready to go. You feel good?
Yep.
Upper Cumberland traffic. Cherokee 16 Lima taxiing from the FBO to runway 04, Upper Cumberland. All right, flight controls are free and correct. All three turn coordinators are doing all the coordinating. Yeah, that hot start worked out pretty well.
Yeah. Smooth.
It was kind of like splitting the difference between a full hot start procedure and a cold start.
Yeah, hit it a couple times, the accelerator pump.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing makes me feel worse than just working the starter.
Yeah.
It causes me physical, internal pain and grief every time. Every second the starter is going, I just want it to stop.
You're like weeping till on the plane, like, this is hurting me more than it's hurting you.
Right.
Upper Cumberland traffic, November 5116 Lima, holding short runway 4, Upper Cumberland.
A quick run up, fuel pump on, mixture rich, throttle up to 2,000, oil pressure's good, temp is good, amps are charging, fuel pressure's good, rough mag, slightly rough, go back to both for a second.
Yep.
This is normal, by the way, it just...
Oh, 30 Tango so much worse.
Yeah, that's clear now. Right mag, good drop, back to both. Boy, this wind is killing us right here.
Yep.
All right, carb heat. Very slight drop, but it is working.
Cool.
That's normal. Everything else looks good, feels good. Check idle. Idle with the carb heat, all that. Good. Back up to 1,000. Fuel pump off, lean. We're just going to hold short here for a second. I'll do my final checks. Is cell phone or something? What is that in the middle of the...
That's a cell phone. Hey, the plane that just took off from Upper Cumberland, are you on radio?
Yeah, we're here.
At the hold short line, there's a phone laying on the ground. Any of y'all missing a phone?
Negative, no phone missing in here. Thanks for asking though.
Roger, have a good flight.
I'll come over here to the right, or the left.
Yep.
As subtly as I can here.
Yeah, you're
Upper
good.
Cumberland traffic, Skyhawk 65516, departing the area to the northwest. Final call, Upper Cumberland.
That should do it.
Nope. Cool. Okay,
You want to tell the FBO real quick?
Upper Cumberland traffic, anybody at the FBO on radio?
Are you at the end of 4?
Yep, we're this Cherokee down here. This we got a phone underneath our right wing.
Okay, I'm on my way. Give me about 5 minutes.
Thank you.
We're just going to go ahead and take off here.
Yep.
Check. Pyramid set for takeoff. Flaps are in the correct position. Doors closed. Confirm latched. Breakers are all in. Carb heat is off. Mixture and fuel pump to go. Primer is locked. Avionics are set. All gauges in the green. Everything's bugged.
Just let me know when you're ready.
And yeah, we'll do 4. All right, I'm ready.
And we're going to go ahead and take off here at 4. Upper Cumberland traffic, Cherokee 5116 Lima, taking off runway 4 and making a right turn out to the south, Upper Cumberland.
Final's clear, runway's clear. Pretty hilarious. How did somebody lose a phone then?
Upper Cumberland traffic, 209 kilo, about 8 miles to the north-northwest. Going to be maneuvering at 5,500, Upper Cumberland.
All right, here we go. All right, power is set, making good power. Gauges are in the green, airspeed's alive. Letting out this crosswind correction a little bit. Coming up on rotation speed. We're just gonna let it gently come up and see where it wants to go. It wants to go all over. And we're just gonna fly runway heading for a while.
Nice.
That was weird. I was like, it really looks like a cell phone.
Yeah, I'm glad you caught it. We didn't want to suck that up.
Yeah. I'm really puzzled as to how somebody just...
You know what they did? They laid it on a wing and taxied all the way up there with it on the wing.
That's right. That's it. I thought just somebody was like, I'm abandoning my life. I'm out. This is the last vestige of my
My identity. See you, losers.
This is my out of office notification. All right, everything's looking real good. We can go ahead and go on course.
Memphis Center, Cherokee 5116 Lima, VFR request.
Cherokee 5116 Lima, squawk 1614.
1614, 16 Lima.
Cherokee 5116 Lima, radar contact 5 miles southwest of Upper Cumberland, and understand you're at Cherokee. Say your altitude and your destination.
We're currently at 4,500. Destination's going to be Kilo Papa Yankee Papa. That's for 16 Lima.
Papa Yankee Papa, roger, and maintain VFR Upper Cumberland altimeter 3013.
3013, maintain VFR 16 Lima.
So the only time I've flown to this airport to see Crazy Mike, it was pretty much right after I got my certificate. And I flew a 172 that I was renting down there. And it was definitely one of the first kind of outings that I did. So it's interesting to be coming back now with, you know, whatever.
7 Hotel Juliet.
Plane that's partially mine and
3015. 3015.
so much more experience.
Yep.
But I remember when I was there, we were just hanging out, and this beautiful Cessna 140 came in, and it was one of those kind of in the style of it's sort of polished, but with the red paint kind of accents or whatever.
And center.
But it was just such a beautiful plane.
19,000 for 11.
I remember at that time too,
siege with RNAV 06.
a tailwheel plane to me was kind of mystifying. It was just sort of, you know, like how the.
417 Romeo Mike.
What is it like to even just be sitting like this on the ground? You know, like that's just bizarre.
Verify you have weather notice at Oklahoma and say approach type request.
3010, we have.
We were standing there. This 140 pulls up, and
37 Romeo Mike, roger. I have
the fuel tanks. We're standing there. This young woman gets out, and she looks like she's
Blue Streak 5317, Miss Center. Good morning. After
the 1940s.
descends via
I mean, she just is
to
this
arrival,
whole vibe.
landing north, national altimeter 3015.
And she just gets out, kind of says hello to us, but not, you know, just sort of, hey, you know, whatever. And thing keeps getting so out of trim because the thermals are so crazy. So,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that woman, she what?
She was just a young woman, and she just looked like she walked out of the 1940s, just appeared at this remote airport in this cool tailwheel airplane, fuels her plane, gets right back in, but before I finally got a chance to kind of say hello to her, because I was just curious, she said that she had come from California. She had like a regular sort of office job or something, but she had 3 weeks vacation or whatever, and she was just getting in her 140 and just flying low and slow across the country to see her family in Virginia and back.
To California, a 140.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And she was so just kind of like, I don't know, sort of nonchalant about it in a way, kind of like, yeah, this is just what I'm just doing this thing, you know. And it struck me so much at that time. It's like, wow, like there's people on different wavelengths, different types of planes, different things going on. But it really ignited this kind of, it really cemented the idea that you could be in a slow plane and
5,000.
Who cares?
Oh yeah, yeah. You're just flying more.
Yeah, that's right. So it was,
I want to get my tail wheel.
Yeah, you'd love it.
At some point, I've flown a Champ and a Husky.
69 Golf Foxtrot.
Oh yeah, you did that seaplane.
Yeah,
that's an experience I've never had that I want to have.
Well, I flew it almost the whole trip to
7 Hotel Juliet, contact
Indianapolis.
118.4.
The seaplane?
Yeah, Minnesota, when it was just a tail wheel, and we flew it to Whip Air.
Really?
To get floats, to get it converted to floats.
2 traffic.
Really?
8 to 9 o'clock, 4 miles.
Is that very involved?
The slight overtake out of 3.
Getting the floats put on it?
Yeah.
Climbing.
Whip Air is like the main, like, That's all they do, is floats. Pretty much any plane that's ever converted to float, Whip Air does it. But yeah, no, it's pretty, a lot of welding, moving the gear. And have you ever seen what the floats look like?
Not up close.
It is like the nicest, I mean, as far as the manufacturing of it,
yeah.
It is like the nicest boat. I mean, it's like you're seeing the craftsmanship on a yacht.
I see. It's got to be, right?
Oh yeah, because you got, all your tie downs for docking.
Yeah.
And you got compartments, tons of storage in them and stuff like that. And
also they're used to land airplanes on.
So the actual there's a rim going down each float, and then two on the side like a boat, like to break the water.
Oh yeah.
And then they actually curve in a certain way. So it's a combination of trying to make it work good as floats, reducing surface tension, and also making it not aerodynamically fly like a shopping cart.
Right. Wow.
Like a brick.
I really want to do that. Again, it's always about money, right? But
yeah,
like in lieu of a BFR,
2 days.
I would love to do a seaplane rating.
Takes 2 days.
And about $5,000.
Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna say it's 2 days, and at that same time you get your instructor.
Right.
Your seaplane instructor. Ain't that crazy?
It's crazy. I really appreciate also just the different considerations that you have to have. Just all the on the step and all the various nuances of it. I really appreciate things that you don't think about in this world. I think that's what I like about tailwheel too. Is just you have to think about different stuff, or you have to think about things almost in the opposite way. That is the instinct that you've been building. And so to have competing styles of flying that you're skilled enough to do, it keeps you sharp in a different way, I think. Just the idea of being a tailwheel, like, pinning the tail down.
Yeah.
And just being sure to do that. And,
keeping the tail on the ground.
Yeah, and you're not doing that in one of these.
Yeah.
And also just here, like in a plane like this, as soon as you land and kind of things sort out for a second, you're kind of on the roll. You can kind of relax a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then I just like the idea that really the most fun and challenging part of the tailwheel flying is that all the stuff on the ground. And and for me, ultimately, the thing I cannot get past is just how amazing I love the sensation of taking off and then pushing the yoke forward and feeling the tail come up, and then that point where you're keeping positive pressure on the tires with forward yoke while you kind of get your speed, and then feeling that positive pressure slowly start to come off without you letting go of it as things kind of get up to speed, and then you're just...
So you can much more tactile feel the plane building up airspeed to fly.
Yeah.
Rather than you making it happen.
Yeah.
On my check ride, there was a Glass Air makes a tail wheel.
Oh yeah.
And when I was coming in for my final landing on my check ride, he landed in front of me and was halfway down the runway and ground looped it.
Oh.
So went around, he had to pull it off the runway, and then I landed.
Oh. That's a little distracting.
Yeah, man.
In a way, probably, on a check ride, it's almost a good thing, right? Just because it's like, okay.
I'm not that guy.
Yeah. And also just there's something bigger than me going on. Yeah, like what I'm doing is not so important anymore. This guy's having a bit of an emergency. I'm trying to work with that. It's not even about the check ride anymore at that point, really.
My check ride? Not for the check ride, but in flight was the scariest moment I've ever had.
You have one piece of traffic at your 1 to 2 o'clock, about 6 miles.
Is when we took off.
They're going just west of the.
We were maybe 1,500 foot up, and there was a flock of birds. And my instructor, he was like, my airplane, and he was like coming on 80 years old.
Oh,
So, I mean, he owns a T6 and all this stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, he just took it both hands, like on a Cherokee yoke, full deflection. So I saw more ground than I did sky. So, I mean, I was like, after that, I was like, okay. Nothing's going to be more nerve-wracking than that. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody two-handing the thing sideways.
Yeah, I'm like, my God, I'm in here with Paul Walker. Just going to drift this thing around the corner. Memphis Center, Cherokee 5116 Lima, radio check.
November 5116 Lima, I'm still here. It's just kind of quiet. Contact Chattanooga approach now 125.1.
1251 16 Lima. Chattanooga approach, Cherokee 5116 Lima is 5,600, climbing 6,500.
Cherokee 5116 Lima, Chattanooga approach, altimeter 3007.
3007, 16 Lima. Atlanta Center, Cherokee 5116 Lima, 8,500.
5116 Lima, Atlanta Center, welcome. The Chattanooga altimeter 3007. Are you IFR or VFR?
307, and we are VFR, 16 Lima.
Roger.
Technically, we should be flying 7,500.
So we should go, because we're 185.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you want to go?
Atlanta Center, November 5116 Lima, 8,500. To be correct VFR altitude, we can now descend to 7,500.
16 Lima, I'm not worried about your what altitude you guys are at. I just wanted to make sure because we processed wrong. I was showing you as IFR, but you're at 8,500, so I wanted to make sure we were on the right page. Fantastic.
That would have been a really cheap way to get an IFR rating for me, but no worries. Thanks, 16 Lima. Just get mistaken as IFR.
I've never had that ever.
You want to run across live and have maintain 120,250 knots, Airline altimeter 3001.
Time building versus time having. Accumulation of time is a farce. Time is fleeting, slipping, vanishing. In aviation, you hear the term time building all the time. It makes me wince when it passes me by. I get what it is, a simple term describing the process of logging enough time to meet the minimum requirements of hours flown in order to be eligible to fly professionally for an airline. Even still, for me, it lacks imagination and diminishes the beauty of the pursuit of flight time. Time building versus time having. Have time. Own that time. Be fully in that time. Some people even go so far to say that they get bored flying. I have never been bored 1 millisecond my entire life, much less when hurling through the air in an aluminum can with a propeller on it. It is absolutely a miraculous thing. I see a world where everyone is glued to their screens everywhere I go on these drab dopamine drips that add nothing to their lives, just passing time or letting time pass them. I am hell-bent on time having. I reached a milestone of flight hours recently. I hit 500 hours. I'm 1/3 of the way of becoming an airline pilot, if I wanted to be. But who cares? That time is all behind me now, but I do feel it is an accomplishment, absolutely. I will say though, those 500 hours have been rich, full experiences. I was completely present for each of those hours. I never even put on music in my headset. I never got bored. I never wanted to stop. I wish that people had more of a romance with the notion of time building, not just in flying, but in life, and were more intent on having times, not aggregating time. Owning the hours in the body and the mind, feeling it more deeply with a gratitude and a deference for the art of being an aviator. I look around everywhere I go and I feel like I'm surrounded by halfway disarmed robots who are just waiting to die without realizing that they have actually created the waiting room for it. Wake up Breathe it all in. Feel the magic and the mystery of it. Even if you're aspiring to fly as a means to an end, a living, a vocation, always find the magic in it and implore others to lift their gaze away from the doldrums of distraction and feel that magic coursing through your veins as it's happening. Have time. Don't just build it. There is no destination, no alternate, just the now. It can end any